Live out at the mountain this morning where something is lurking. Just close in those trees there. What's that? Oh no, Sasquatch.
We
is in
found
the studio.
him.
I really do think that could be Bigfoot.
Well, great fuzzy feet. This deer mystical forest has trekked all the way from the mountain, this creature here, this cryptid, to tell you about the brand new Mount Hood, Oregon resort Sasquatch Festival. So, communing as human vessels for our sacred Squatch, our resort assistant sales manager, Lori Caventoy, and Cliff Barrickman from the North American Bigfoot Center, who is speaking at the event. Appreciate both of your time. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, you guys.
This is fun.
Yeah, it is so much fun. Cliff, I want to start with you because I had a chance to actually come out to the museum a few years back. We did a really cool story. I'm going to tell you, you have me really, I don't know what to make of Sasquatch now, right? Like I went in healthily skeptical, I think, and I am not convinced that there are not some other things out there that we don't know about. So,
well, I, of course, encourage skepticism all the way.
For sure.
And the North American Bigfoot Center is a science-based organization,
it
essentially.
Absolutely is.
All we do is put the evidence out because most people are unaware of the evidence and allow you to make up your own mind.
What I think is so interesting and what I didn't necessarily realize is just how many sightings and how much study is happening in this part of the Northwest.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, personally, I'm out between 1 to 3 days a week, and members of my team are doing the same thing. We are out there scouring the woods best we can. Of course, we're doing several other things. We're educating the public. We're trying to find, locate, and curate historical collections before they end up in the trash bin. But a lot of what we do is actually in the woods.
Wow. Yeah. All right, so the festival coming up April 11th through the 13th, you can learn just as much as Emily now through these kinds of conversations and events. And again, you're going to be speaking. What else can we expect from the first of its kind event here?
It's going to be great. It is family functioned oriented, so we do invite the whole family to come out. I mean, that's one of the things that I think maybe you found, that it's not just the adults that are interested, it's the kids, it's the adults, the parents saying, hey, let's go explore in the woods, or let's go spend time out. And so we really want it to be family oriented. So we'll have vendors that you can shop, local vendors, with all kind of a woodsy Sasquatch cryptid type theme. And then we will also have food. We'll have meet and greets where you can get a ticket to meet Cliff and talk to him more. We will have some paranormal investigators there, because there's always the conversation of how is Sasquatch, where does he go, where does he come from, how does he get there? And so they'll kind of explore some of that as well. We have a movie that's premiering, The Sasquatchologist, and so that's very exciting. It's not in theaters until June, so you'll get a sneak preview at the resort if you buy your tickets there.
Very cool.
So we have lots going on all over the resort.
That's awesome.
Gosh. Yeah. So what made you want to host a Sasquatch festival?
It became just a small little passion project. I am a regular at Cliff's Museum, and it just seemed silly that we didn't have something in our area. Mount Hood is a beautiful area for Sasquatch. It's a beautiful area for being in the woods, and it just felt right. And we have the space at the resort, and I'm like, let's use it.
Yeah, it makes a lot of sense to me. I mean,
so great.
This is the neck of the woods where he very much could be hiding right now. Okay, tell us, Cliff, what you plan on touching on during your presentation. What do you try to educate the public with when it comes to our mystified friend here?
Well, a lot goes on at the North American Bigfoot Center, so whenever I have an opportunity to speak publicly like this, I try to highlight our work. Because again, when people come into the NABC, they mostly see the forward-facing, the public face, so to speak, which is the educational part. They don't see the behind-the-scenes curation of these historical artifacts. They don't see us in the woods doing our work, trying gathering the data and doing this like nerdy Excel sheet stuff and like that kind of the science behind the study of these animals, right? And so what I'm going to do during my presentation is just highlight last year's efforts and some of the great things that we've been doing at the NABC. But I'm not the only speaker. I mean, Dr. Jeff Meldrum, a professor of anatomy and physiology at Idaho State University, is going to be speaking. Mark Marcel, a guy up in Westport who spent 8 years of his life rediscovering the site of the Ape Canyon cabin. You probably heard about the gold miners that were attacked on Mount St. Helens back in the 1920s. He relocated the cabin even after the eruption. And of course, we also have Michael Freeman, who's the son of a great Bigfoot researcher named Paul Freeman out of Walla Walla. I'm not the only speaker there, but I will be talking about the NABC and our efforts.
Yeah. Well, and you've done such a cool job at the NABC of curating a lot of this scientific research, the historical context. It was really cool for me to get to see all of the different and striking similarities between different indigenous cultures, different peoples that have seen or have these stories of something that we don't quite know all of what's going on there, but it's very cool.
Yeah, it's important work, I feel, because these
Yeah.
animals are, in fact, real. They're actually out there. It's not a he or a she, it's a them. In this case, it's one of these pronoun things, right? They're actually there.
Yeah.
And that means they will be discovered or academically accepted at some point. And all this pre-discovery sort of, like this prolonged discovery process that we're undergoing right now is going to be of great historical research once this species is recognized. And that's where I come in. I'm trying to document that for historical purposes.
Interesting. All right, where should people get their tickets?
So we are on Eventbrite. You can also go to the website at Mount Hood Oregon Resort, and you can get a link to the festival website from there. I do want to make sure and thank our sponsors. We have Hoodland Shuttle and Mount Hood Community College that are sponsoring the event, which makes a lot of this, getting Cliff there, it makes a lot of that available and useful for us. And tickets will be on sale. There are limited numbers to some events. So if you want the big VIP pass, and if you want the meet and greets or the movie premiere, you gotta act quickly because they are going quickly.
All right.
So
This is going to be a popular festival, I'm sure. It's going to be a really fun time. Thank you guys for coming in to talk about it.
Yeah, this is great.
Looking forward to
Absolutely.
it. And we got to keep an eye out for,
I
I
know,
don't know where
somewhere.
Sasquatch went. He's around here somewhere. Hey, go to coin.com for a link to tickets and all the info you need, and mark your calendars. The first ever Mount Hood Oregon Resort Sasquatch Festival is happening April 11th through the 13th.
All right, well,